How's it going, guys? So this question that I wrote is exceedingly high yield for pathology for step 1 as well as pediatrics for 2CK. This diagnosis is pass level, meaning you will not pass USMLE step 1 or step 2 if you don't know this diagnosis. Not to fearmonger right out of the gates, but what I did is I augmented the difficulty of the answer choices slightly. So this question ultimately is not pass level, a little bit more difficult, but the diagnosis you must know 100%. So before we get started, I will be my typical asshole and tell you to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button, really appreciate it. And find me on Instagram at Melman_medical, MEHLMAN_medical. Link is down below. And find me on Telegram. Recently created a Telegram group and channel. Links are down below. Now, let's start the fucking question here. So, neonatal male born 24 hours ago, and he has green-tinged vomitus. This is bilious emesis, which should raise the red flag for duodenal obstruction. Often duodenal atresia. It can be annular pancreas. But this image showing us the double bubble sign in a child who is born to a mother at age 38. This should suggest Down syndrome, okay? We see duodenal atresia, Hirschsprung. We see these GI conditions in Down syndrome, okay? So that's our diagnosis here. Very high yield. That's pass level, as I said, not difficult. In contrast, if we had pyloric stenosis, we could, we would have non-bilious vomiting, very forceful vomiting with feeds. So our answer choice is, which one is associated with Down syndrome? Okay, let's go backwards here. So choice E, prominent occiput, wrong fucking answer. This is actually Edwards syndrome, trisomy 18. So prominent occiput, we get low set ears, we could get micronathia, we could get rocker bottom feet, omphalocele. Okay, so your take home for trisomy 18 should be prominent occiput and rocker bottom feet. Okay, low set ears. As I just fucking said, I'm just repeating right now. So let's continue. Pes planus, also wrong answer. This means flat feet. This is Marfan syndrome or Marfanoid body habitus, okay? Pes cavus is high arched feet. That's actually Frederick ataxia. Choice C, low set ears. As I just said, that's Edwards syndrome, okay? Classic. And this can also be Potter sequence, interestingly. You can get low set ears. That's renal agenesis causing oligohydramnios and pulmonary hypoplasia, but you can get low set ears, okay? So for both Potter sequence and Edward syndrome, trisomy 18. Flat faces is our correct answer. So this is characteristic of Down syndrome. When we do the first trimester screening for pregnant women, we look, if we're screening for Downs, okay, we would expect decreased PAPA-A, pregnancy-associated plasma protein A. USMLE loves that factoid. Increased beta-HCG. And on the ultrasound, not only would we often see increased nuchal translucency, which is fluid behind the neck, but we can also see a hypoplastic nasal bone, which is associated with flat facies, okay? So that's Down syndrome. Lots of findings in Down syndrome, okay? Endocardial cushion defects in the heart, etc. So, double bubble sign, duodenal atresia, Hirschsprung, okay? And flat facies, high yield findings for Down. Trisomy 21, of course. Coarctation of the aorta, wrong fucking answer. This is Turner syndrome. Okay, so that's 45 XO females. And classically, bicuspid aortic valve can cause aortic stenosis, as well as coarctation of the aorta, giving us brisk pulses in the upper extremities, higher blood pressure, warmer upper extremities, whereas we have weakened pulses, lower blood pressure, cold, clammy, lower extremities. So classically, Turner syndrome for coarctation and bicuspid aortic valve. Whereas endocardial cushion defects is Down syndrome. That's ASD, VSD, AVSD, okay? A lot we can talk about, but I'm going to stay concise here. You know the deal. I'm going to continue making more content. If you like my stuff, subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate your time. That's it.